Hi everyone, my name is Rudy Briseno and thanks for listening to my screencast on introducing work from home optionality. I'd like to begin with an executive summary. Through the course of the screencast, we will see that work from home optionality is only expected to increase within companies, with the percentage of employees working from home and the amount of time spent working from home having increased from 2012 to 2016. As of 2016, 43% of Americans work from home at least part of the time. I will also show that the overall benefits outweigh the challenges, with the greatest benefits being higher levels of engagement among employees and higher productivity as well. And lastly, the keys to success for implementing work from home include devising a trial run period, implementing a forum for feedback and communication, and above all, trust among employees and management. Topics for the screencast include key trends in work from home optionality, benefits and challenges of working from home for both employees and employers, working from home or shirking from home, where I compare the productivity of working from home compared to working in the office, and lastly, practical recommendation for implementing and maintaining work from home optionality. Key trends in working from home. The topic of this presentation is specific to working from home, where the employee has the option to spend part of his or her work week in any other location than the office. It is also known by many other names such as blended work, telecommuting, and virtual work, to name a few. Working from home for the purposes of this screencast differs from telecommuters and virtual workers in that most refer to those as employees who work primarily from home. Both percentage of employees and time spent working from home increased from 2012 to 2016. According to a study done by Gallup, the percentage of employees working from home increased from 39% in 2012 to 43% in 2016, and employees working from home 2 or more days a week increased from 46% in 2012 to 55% in 2016. Additionally, we see some of the largest growth coming from traditional companies such as finance, insurance, and real estate, which shows that it is no longer a cutting edge or tech only idea, but one that is becoming more mainstream in many of the country's largest companies. Benefits. What's working? There are a number of benefits to both employees and employers to introducing work from home optionality, and the primary and secondary research yielded very similar findings. Being in the LA area, one of the most frequently cited benefits was the reduction of commute time, with one employee saying it saved him 3 hours a day in commute time. Work-life balance was another frequently mentioned benefit, with one employee saying that it made picking up children from school less of a hassle, and in fact, he could work an extra hour as he did not have to leave early to make it to the kids' school in time. Another employee said she loved to travel and she often worked in the car as her partner drove to the destination. There are many benefits to the employer as well, with the two biggest ones being an increase in employee engagement and reduced turnover. Working from home has the opportunity to increase employee engagement by as much as 11%, according to a study done by Gallup. Additionally, another study showed turnover could be decreased by as much as 50%. Other employer benefits include being able to keep older workers in the workforce even longer. Challenges. What isn't working? There are a number of challenges as well, some more perception-based than fact-based, but regardless will need to be addressed by management and/or employees. I hope to quickly cover the different types of challenges, many of which will be addressed in the recommendations section as well. Loss of control. What are employees doing? This is related to requiring more trust, which is foundational in working from home. Manager inexperience is a challenge as well, as some managers have never managed virtually. Training will be required to overcome this. Perceptions of success, productivity, and satisfaction. And the solution to this is to over-communicate to ensure everyone is on the same page. Day-to-day information flow. Research shows it to be limited as information is mostly communicated through virtual means. Set up regular meetings to touch base and close loops. Being away from hub of activity and negative impact on career advancement. This is less of a challenge for employees who are only out part of the week, and studies do not bear out that there is actual negative results in advancement. Employees being distracted, and the solution to this is to be honest with yourselves. Working from home doesn't work for everyone, and some employees are only productive in the office. As I mentioned, I hope to introduce some practical recommendations to overcome many of the challenges in the upcoming section. Working from home or shirking from home? The elephant in the room is, are employees even productive from home? Somewhat surprisingly, this is the question that was most difficult for primary research interviewees to answer. While in the end almost all agreed they were as or more productive working from home, It seemed to depended heavily on the work type and workflow. Some employees felt if they did not have immediate deliverables, it was easier to relax more, but at the same time, if they were inundated with work, they were much more productive. Others mentioned that it depended on the type of work, and for individual deliverables, something that would take a day and a half in the office would be completed in less than a day working from home. This is generally supported by two recent studies done by Stanford and the University of Illinois. In one study, overall productivity increased by 13%, with 9% attributed to a sheer increase in the amount of time worked and 4% from working more efficiently. The other study concluded that working from home was at least as productive as working in the office, which in itself quells a lot of prejudices for opponents from working from home. Recommendations for working from home. In introducing working from home, it is important to start slow. Try starting with one day and increase as appropriate. Devise a trial run period after which experiences can be revisited. Implement a continued feedback form to ensure back and forth communication between management and employees throughout the introduction period. And lastly, clarify expectation and rules and understand that working from home is a perk that can be repealed under extreme circumstances. Best practices include training managers how to manage employees virtually and developing best practices and etiquette for employees in the office. For example, how to accommodate work from home employees, such as attaching handouts to meeting invites, and how can a manager reach you in case of a work emergency. Lastly, to maintain the program of working from home, formally gather and share experiences after a specified trial period is over and discuss means of improvement for managers and employees. Consider increasing work from home, which is shown to provide additional engagement benefits. Third, make it work. Employees have stated it's hard to go back and engagement can decrease to levels even lower than where they started. And last but not least, trust and communication are key to making work from home work. In summary, more and more companies are continuing to implement work from home optionality, and those that do not will be at a competitive disadvantage and will have challenges recruiting against companies that do. Employee engagement increases, and employees can take advantage of more flexibility, a reduction in commute time, and better work life balance. Employers can reduce turnover and increase employee engagement. And lastly, it's important to start slow, ensure communication and feedback through the introduction process, develop best practices, and above all, employees and managers must develop trust. Thank you for listening to my screencast, and I hope that we can all continue to be successful in implementing and maintaining work from home optionality.